Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's segment, I'm going to take you back to a match that I played against Darwin Hernandez. If you recall that name, he actually beat me in the first money match we ever played in. I beat him game 1 and he took game 2 and 3 from me. As you can see on the channel, I ended up losing $50. Kind of sucked, but I was back for my rematch. So this match actually happened weeks ago. Because of all the tournaments and all the different things that are going on in Dragon Ball right now, I didn't get the chance to put it up. But now, in today's episode, you guys get to see a phenomenal money match. It's going to be a best of 3, or technically best of 5 series. But unfortunately, game 1, I couldn't record all of it because of space on my phone. So I had to delete some data and I had to delete some of the videos, unfortunately, just to give you guys some nice content that I've been doing recently. So what you guys are about to see are the last 2 games that we played. Just to fill you guys in, game 1, I ended up winning. It was a pretty nice match, but Darwin couldn't get his deck going. Not to mention, he also had a problem with the bobbity aspect. He didn't have no bobbities to be able to go into the whole secret rare chain. So that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now you guys are gonna see a nice epic match. I'm going to be doing some commentary, so I'm gonna get it nice and smooth so you guys can watch something really cool. And stay tuned for some new videos. I'm gonna be posting on more game battles, and I'm gonna be taking on a few of people's requests. If you have any match that you wanna see, any specific decks you want them to go head to head, let me know in the comment section below. And get ready, let's begin. All right, guys, so we are going to be having a nice epic match. It's going to be Golden Frieza versus Super Shenron. So like I said before, I took the first game. It's going to be a best of 5 series. So we're going to see what happens as this match unfolds. Right now, I won with Super Shenron. The rules are whatever deck you win with, you have to maintain using it, while your opponent can switch into whatever deck they want to so they can have a better advantage of catching up. That's the best way to play these type of matches, where you always have a chance to come back in the game and give your opponent that option so that they know exactly what they have in their decks so they can try to combat the current deck that's presented to them. So again, guys and girls, I'm going to be doing a lot more game battles and it's going to be pretty epic. Not to mention, also, I have a lot of time on my hands. So with that being said, anyone that wants to join the Patreon, it's a perfect time to do so because I can help you make sure that you get tournament ready so that you can start topping and or winning events. So right now, as you can see, we're just starting up the game. We're drawing our hands, deciphering what we're going to keep. Now, because I won game 1, Darwin will start off first. So that's one of the advantages. So not only he will start off first, but he was able to choose what leader he wanted to go up against the Super Shenron matchup. And the deck that he recently lost with, just to keep you guys up to date, is the Dende deck. So he still has his Golden Frieza right now currently, and he also will be having, last but not least, his Gogeta deck. So you guys get to see that in action at some point, possibly. Maybe Golden Frieza might take me out. We don't know. So I'm gonna keep the match nice and fresh for all of you guys and girls to see. So right now we already mold the cards we didn't want in our hands, and we're gonna be starting off, and it's gonna be pretty cool. So now Darwin is going to obviously start setting himself up, and we're going to see how this match is going to unfold. So right now he's shifting through his cards, deciphering what he's going to charge. He starts off by charging a Mecha Frieza. That's the Frieza that looks at your hand when he's put into play and can select the battle card. So now he's dropping the little 1-drop. He's just perfect at cycling through cards. And unfortunately, he missed. So that's an early whiff. But luckily, Golden Frieza has the ability to just pop him off and draw a card and restand an energy. So that's not going to be too bad because at least he didn't completely go neg. And that's what he's going to be doing right off the rip. So well played. He might be able to drop another 1-drop, which he will. And now he's playing a Whis. Now that Whis is going to put in some work against my Super Shenron deck because of how it works. So I'm going to need to start off with a nice Crisis Crusher, hopefully in order to start getting the game going. So I charge an Ambition. I'm using my Super Dragon Balls effect. We're going to start searching for some speed out here. So it's good to get those +1s while you can. Right now, I'm shuffling them up. Didn't choose or select any in life. And now I'm selecting 2 from my deck. I selected the 1-star Dragon Ball. That's the one that pitches a card. And I am selecting a generic draw 1. So you guys are about to see a lot of cool cards in action. So we're going for the generic draw 1. We have another one. So far, 2 balls being used. A 3rd ball being used. Very good. And it looks like we're about to have to... Now we're using the draw 1, discard 1. So Darwin had a discard. I'm sorry, I'm not too sure what he dropped out of his hand, since his drop area is actually a little closer to his leader on the other side. But you guys will be able to see what I drop. And I drop his Successors of Hope. So the camera angle is pretty good, but we can't see everything. So I'm going to try my best to give you guys the best commentary. So now he's running blue in this Golden Frieza deck. This is very interesting. So he's ramping. That's a little different. This is his friend's deck, by the way. So this is going to be pretty cool to see. He's kind of repping his friend's deck since he's always playtesting with them. So right now, Darwin has a pretty low hand. He only has 2 cards in hand. And he doesn't have any way to give momentum. He doesn't have any Frieza Army cards. But he does have Whis, and Whis should be able to hold him down for the time being. So right now, I'm deciphering what I'm going to charge for my turn. I am charging a Successors, which is great. This is actually right on time. Now we're going to see what the next play will be. So far, we have 4 Dragon Balls used, which is very good. All we need is 3 more in order to awaken. So now I'm going through my life. It's always good to check your life, ladies and gentlemen. You always want to keep it fresh when you can. You know, keep using your Dragon Ball's effect while you're still on awaken. That's definitely one of the best suits that it has. And as you can see, I'm searching for a Super Dragon Ball and a regular generic. I particularly love Super Dragon Ball, as you guys seen in many of the events I've played in. It's just an extreme plus factor, and it allows you not to have to attack your opponent if need be. So it's always just a good way to lock up the game. So as you can see, I'm drawing my 4, and I will be discarding 2. That's the best part about it. You build your drop, and it gives you a higher ratio of drawing into other Dragon Balls. So now I pitched, unfortunately, a Dragon Radar. Not a fan of pitching those type of cards, but in this matchup, it's not as effective, considering that I don't have to try to storm him out to beat Darwin. This matchup is a little bit more controlled, and I pitched the Path to Greatness. More than likely, I have 1 in hand already. And then I got the other Dragon Ball. So we're going to be able to awaken. I'm going to decide what ball I'm selecting. I'm selecting a regular Dragon Ball. We're using that ability. And unfortunately, because my opponent has Whis, we have to be careful on how we play. We don't want to make sure that we end up untapping energy and he starts pitching some of it early. So that's always something to always pay attention to. When your opponent has a card like that on board, always be careful before you start using cards to untap. So right now, I'm using Successor, and we're going to be searching our deck. Right now, I am going to pick up. If I didn't have the Path to Greatness in hand, I will be selecting that. If not, nope, we're going for the Goku. So I already have the other path in hand. And that's not too bad, not too shabby. And we're using Shenron's effect to draw a card. So unfortunately, I didn't have any good discard targets. Couldn't really do much there. If I would have had a Crisis Crusher, that would have been an okay wish target for me to just bring out and pop the Whis. But since I didn't, we're going to end turn. So now Darwin has 4 energy. So, and he's now playing Frieza to look at my hand. So as you guys can see, my hand is pretty stacked. We're talking about super stacked. So Darwin is only going to be able to select 1 card. more than likely he's just going to select the super combo because anything else wouldn't be advantageous. He could select a Bardock and get rid of my Bardock, but I mean, he's just going to help me get another card to hand considering he can't put much pressure. Like I said, he went for the super combo. As you can see, I have 3 super combos in hand, so he's going to get rid of 1. There's not much he can do there. He's attacking right into the super combo. And we're going to see what he's going to do. He's not comboing. So at this point, I might want to force him to attack with the Mecha Frieza. That might be a decent play to make sure that he doesn't have anything there. And sure enough, now he's attacking with Mecha Frieza into the super combo, and I let it die. So Darwin ends his turn. There he could have potentially used his Frieza's effect just to pop the Mecha, untap, and draw a card. It may sound not effective, but considering that there's a good chance Mecha will end up leaving the board, he only has 1 card in hand. He could have at least seen an additional card. And having the Mecha on the board isn't going to be that crucial at this point in time. But right now he's still ahead. He has 4 energy to my 3. And this is the turn that I have to decide what I'm going to do. And we're going to now see how this plays off. This is a money match, so just expect both players to be taking their time on their turn. Right now I'm playing the Bardock, taking a life. And then I should be getting ready to swap right into the 2-drop. I'm shifting through my cards. Let's see if there's any other play line. We have to be careful because he has Whis on board, so we don't want to start doing any kind of untaps. We swap. We got our 15k Goku. We're attacking right now into the Frieza, and I'm using a super combo. And he lets the Frieza die. Not too bad. Now I'm paying 2 energy. And I'm going to swap into Path to Greatness. We're going to untap the Whis. So right now I'm attacking into the Whis. And I'm comboing a Bulma. Now I'm going to be able to use Child's Wish for the turn and untap my energy with the Bulma and potentially mill more cards. So I'm going to have those options. And we're not going to mill. We're just going to go straight for the draw and untap. So right now we're in a really nice controlled state of the game. There's not much to be done. Now, I'm going to be honest. That play from my end, it was okay. But could have been a little bit more crisp. Right now I'm using Dragon Radar. I'm actually just using it to use the Dragon Balls to draw cards. So just excuse that. It's kind of a little skip a step. You know, if your opponent is always okay with it, I always verbally let my opponent know what I'm doing. If they're fine with it, I'll just go ahead and draw 2. Or, you know, fulfill the shortcut. If not, then you just go through the full motion. You always have to give your opponent that option because, you know, sometimes there is confusion, especially when you have cards like Ambition versus like your opponent's Whis. So right now I'm playing Bardock. I'm seeing another life. At this point, I'm probably digging for cards. You got to realize, guys and girls, this match was about 3 weeks, almost to a month ago. So I'm not 100% sure what my mindset was, but I can just give you a general idea. So we have some nice combo power. I utilized all my energy, and Darwin charges, and he's deciphering what he's going to do, and he just passes his turn. Unfortunately, Darwin really can't do much. You know, it's this is pretty unfortunate. And there's not much that he can do at this point. So we're just pretty much waiting and seeing what he has. He only has 1 card in hand. So I'm shifting through my cards, deciphering what I'm going to charge. again, take your time. Always make sure that you know what you're going to be doing. Unfortunately, in a lot of matches where things are on the line, people do rush their plays, or they are nervous and they make mistakes. Even my plays during my previous turn could have been a little bit more crisp, but it's part of the game. You live, you learn, and you hope you don't get punished for any play lines that weren't as good. So right now I have 4 energy to work with. I can go into the heightened mastery, but Darwin has all his energy up, so obviously it's not going to be that easy to win the game. If I try to win with heightened, he'll probably be able to survive. If I can go into victory strike this turn, then it'll be harder for him to live. Not saying that he won't or will, but it'll just be a little bit harder. So we have, I counted my deck, that looks approximately like about maybe 6 to 8 cards left in deck. Maybe 10, but we're running low on a deck, that's for sure. All right, so we're attacking him. And I'm comboing. Or no, I'm not comboing. I attacked him. All right, so I attacked him twice. We got him at 6. I believe we're gonna go the heightened mastery route. That's what it's looking like at this point. Gotta realize that you won't always have the victory strike, so that's what I'm seeing here. If I had the victory strike, I could have had game already. But because I don't, I'm trying to beat him with the heightened mastery route. So I gotta be very careful, because if I'm not, it can cost me. So now I'm looking at how many cards I have in the drop area. I'm trying to calculate if I can build up a discard pile effectively. I'm going right into the heighten. And I'm tapping 3 of his yellow. Or double blue and 2 yellow. That's what we're tapping. I believe I'm just doing that in the event that he has Sensudine. I'm not too sure what he runs in this deck, considering I see blue. And right now, we're going to see exactly what I do. I'm very curious, considering that this match was quite a while ago. I'm not 100% sure how many cards I have in the drop, but it looks like around 10, if that. So I'm not sure if I will be able to reset. So now I'm attacking him. Let's see if he has any response. He doesn't. So I am comboing to 40k so far. That's 40. And I'm not comboing anything off. I leave it at 35. That's interesting. So he flying nimbuses me. This is a very interesting game. It looks like he has a fighting chance, but now I'm not too sure on what's going to happen. So from what it looks like, I kind of wish I didn't go through those lines of play. Now I'm attacking him with Goku, and I force the awaken. And he super combos out of it. 20k to 25. And now we are done with our turn after I used my Shenron's effect. So this is a weird game state to be in. Honestly speaking, it's not good for me. And I'm actually not happy with how I played that out. I'm not 100% sure what was in my hand. I may not have any means of using Child's Wish or anything, any card of that nature. That turn could have been played out better. Could have been, because right now I'm open. So now it's kind of a gamble to see what my opponent has. But because Darwin is behind, I feel like I still will have an advantage if he cannot get rid of that Goku. He can't get rid of my heightened mastery. It's going to be very difficult for him to live in this match. So we're going to pretty much see what's going to go on. Maybe he runs the Frieza, the 4-drop that can just bring out and spam. Depending on what he has, it just depends. So if he has the Frieza that can pop rest mode guys, that would be very good for him at this moment, because he can apply pressure and still be able to do things. So right now he's swinging into my battle card. That's not obviously going to be the greatest, and now I'm able to guard out. And now he's unfortunately sacking the Frieza, only restanding 1 energy instead of 2. That's unfortunate. And now he's playing Shenron. He has more than 5 cards in his drop area, that's for sure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember, when you use cards like Shenron, you have to do it blindly, meaning you draw, but you cannot see the card yet. And he chooses to bring out the Whis. And I believe he just drew into another Shenron. That was just something I remembered in that game. He drew into another Shenron, and he would have been able to play double Shenron and still untap 2. So that was unfortunate on Darwin's position. Not lucky on that. So right now, this is going to be very, very difficult for Darwin. It just doesn't seem like he's going to have much of a chance in this game, because I already have pretty much my setup, and I don't think there's much he can do out of that. You know, he had a chance to be able to disrupt my turn, and that could have hurt dearly. But at this point in time, I have plenty of cards in the drop zone. I should be able to take the additional turn this turn around, and I still have Heighten on the board, which is just very powerful in itself. So right now, Darwin is at 3 life. I mean, there's really not much he can do. And we're going to just see exactly. We're right now going right through the discard pile. And we're going to just see if we can seal this game up. Darwin does have a blue and a yellow open. I don't know if that blue is going to be doing anything. It's a possible Mafuba. If he runs it, that could be something. I believe that's what I'm thinking at this point in time. You know, when you're facing a best of 5 or best of 3, when you're playing against a gauntlet, there are going to be players who will incorporate different ideas, and it's good. You know, having Mafuba in one of your decks isn't a bad idea, especially when you can just switch into it, depending if you win or lose. So it's always not a bad option. So again, I'm just figuring out what I am going to do. I'm now activating Dragon Radar. And I'm choosing to draw 2. This is very interesting. I'm not 100% sure what's going on in my head. I'm probably digging potentially for a bad ring if I don't already have it in hand, or just additional combo power when I go in for my attack. So I'm attacking his leader. And he is activating time magic, which is very, very good. And he's using it from his life. And I believe that's it. I don't have a negate. This is a very, very weird match, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not 100% sure what else is going to be going on. I'm almost feeling like this is very new to me. And now I'm attacking his leader with my Goku. Okay. Interesting. And he chooses to bloodlust me. Okay. So he wanted to bloodlust before the card came out, because then I would still get the auto. So that was just a clarification. You always got to pace yourself. You try not to do any plays immediately because your opponent can respond. This game is very weird right now. I believe I should be very close to the amount, so it's possible for a reset this turn. It is possible. If not, it's going to be my opponent's turn. I'm very curious to see what happens in this game. This is a very, very weird game. Again, guys and girls, I've probably said that quite a few times in this commentary. It's very good to be able to watch some of your own gameplay, because right now I don't agree with some of my plays and I'm not too sure what I was thinking. I really must have been thinking about him using certain cards, like I said, Mafuba being one, and that was a possibility, but if I was thinking that, him using the time magic would have hurt me regardless, so I'm not 100% sure. Now I'm just deciphering what I'm going to do. And I'm shifting through my cards, just deciding what my next play line will be. We're using Child's Wish. We're doing it for free. This is still very interesting. So we're using it for free. And now I'm playing Fu. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. So I'm playing Fu. I'm going for the draw 2. And Fu is going in at his leader. This is going to be very interesting. He does a time magic from life, but he's at 1 life now. That's something to just remember. So that's not it's not a good game state to be in, considering that he is going to be low on life. So he's at 1 life. I'm deciding how I'm going to attack or what I'm going to do. I believe at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I was a little stuck wondering if he runs Shugesh Kid Goku. Obviously, that could hurt because he bloodlusted my path this turn. So if he has Shugesh Goku, I could be susceptible for getting KO'd. So I'm comboing 10k. Actually, I believe that was a victory strike. So that's 29, that's 34. 34, that's 39. 49. 49. So far we're going with 49. That's another, what, 49? That's 49, 54, 64. 64, unfortunately I can't draw a card. Don't have a drop area. So he's gonna need quite a bit of combo power. Right now we're looking like we're going over 70. Make that over 80, over 90. Now he's using the Sensu Bean. He's trying to combo out of it. He's using another bean. And he lost. He didn't have enough combo power. So that was it. I believe I showed him a bad ring. I probably drew it late. But as you can see, I have multiple win cons in this build. So that was what was going on. It was a good game, but I felt like the games were being played a little bit weird, and unfortunately Darwin, he did make a few errors as far as what he could have done in this match. He just lost too many resources early. Fortunate for him, I wasn't able to go into the victory strike portion of the deck. You know, it would have been nice to be able to do so, but you can't have victory strike as often. It's a one of, so when it comes up, it comes up. That's kind of how it goes. But that was a good match, and we're going to see what happens in the next game. And mind you guys, this is game 3. Now we'll be able to see if Darwin can make a comeback. It's going to be very important. So right now, hopefully, he will be able to make that nice comeback where he can get himself back in the game. And we'll be able to see what he can do. This is going to be pretty exciting. So Darwin is going first. He's playing with his Gogeta deck. And right now, he's just deciphering what he's going to keep. And so am I. Hopefully this game is played a little bit more cleaner. I'm hoping for that. I just realized that in this previous build, I had a lot of win cons, just a lot of different cards in the deck. So that could be one of the reasons why I played the game how I did. I can tell you for one that I felt like the games from both sides were not as optimal. Could have been better. But like I said, you know, you live and you learn. So right now, I hope this game is going to be more explosive, just more efficient, and we're going to see how it ends. So Darwin is starting it up. He's dropping a red energy, one of the unbreakables. Again, I do apologize for you guys not being able to see, you know, his drop area once he builds one, because the camera is not quite in the right angle. But I'll do the best I can at the commentary. So now he's playing the Vegeta package. He can search for Veku or Goku. So, you know, of course, with the specific requirements. And it returns to his hand. Now it's my turn. So we're starting off. Again, I notice I'm always charging those ambitions. And we're using our Super Dragon Balls effect. We're going to start searching up. And we're going to see what we can grab. Nothing there. No Dragon Balls, just shuffling right through. And he cuts. It's always good to just give your life a good shuffle. And we're going to be going for another 1-star action, sure enough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, because of this build, I have some pretty cool plays I can do. Depending on the matchups, I can always use my 1-star to pitch Super Dragon Ball, and then I can always use Super Dragon Ball to pitch the 1-star if I have another play that I need to do. So it's kind of interesting to be able to run your deck with multiple play lines. And right now, I just use 3 Dragon Balls, starting off strong. And it looks like we're getting stuck on the 4th one. Yep, similar to last game. This almost looks like a repeat. He already dropped the card. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure what he put into his drop area. So again, I do apologize. You'll be able to see what I drop, and I drop a Nimbus. So Flying Nimbus is gone. Now it's his turn. Like I said, we already have 4 Dragon Balls. He's now charging a blue. The 5-drop Gogeta that can draw 2 and bottom up to 2 guys. And he's using his leader's effect. He whiffs, which is unfortunate.
Like the 3, the top 3 I always miss every time I play with the
Now he's playing the Vegeta, looking at the top 3, and he hits a Goku. And right now he just, he's just cycling through some of his cards. He ends his turn. Now it's my turn. So Darwin is trying to play me similar to how he played me the first time around. He controlled the game. He wasn't aggressive. He just kind of allowed my deck to do what it needed to do. And then he ended up just burning me out just by me not being able to kill him. So he would just play the survival game and just win out. Obviously, since I'm playing a different variant, the ball game is different. He wasn't expecting Height and Mastery into Victory Strike or any of that variant. Since the first game around, I did not have those cards in the deck. I kind of started creating my own variant of the Height and Mastery package, and I came up with my own build. So as you can see, we searched for a regular ball, and we also have Super Dragon Balls. So we have 5 so far. Let's see if we draw our 7th ball. We're pitching 2. We pitch our Explorer Boma. And right now I'm just waiting. And we pitch, looks very familiar, another Dragon Raider. And it's his turn. We did not get the awaken we wanted. But it's fine. We're still chilling at maximum life. He now charges a Dimension Magic. That's going to be a negate that he could use in the future. But unfortunately, he had a charge. So Darwin now currently has double blue up and 1 red. But at least he was able to hit with his effect. And I believe we're seeing a Veko. We're seeing Fatty go on the board. And he's pitching 2. Not so bad at all. Now it's his turn. At least Darwin has the Veku to fall back on, which is very good. Now I'm charging my 3rd energy and successors. My energy almost looks identical to the last game, so it's pretty ironic. And we search for the last ball. So we're going to be awakening this turn. Question is, what's going to be done? So right now, playing a ball, get that nice draw. Awaken. With deciphering what ball we're gonna grab. We're grabbing Super Dragon Ball. We're doing it again. Drawing 4 and dropping 2. That's the beauty of running Super Dragon Balls. Right now I was able to see 8 cards and drop 4 of them, which is very good. So we're dropping a successor and waiting for that last card. Let's see what happens. And we got Dragon Raider. So we're not going to be using much of that. We're playing Child's Wish for free. Designating to use the effect. I milled 1 and I'm milling 2. So now we draw a card, we stand our energy, we're good. Now we have a full 3 energy to use. Playing Bardock, taking a life. Swapping into Goku. Paying the 2 to swap right now into Path to Greatness. Can't tap anything down since he has barrier, and we just draw a card. And now it's his turn. So Darwin still has 3 energy up. He's still unawakened at 8 life. And right now we're going to see what he does. He's charging a red, so now he has 2 blue, 2 red, using his effect. Now we're going to see if he can make any power plays this game. It might be possible that we might see a hit or a at all cost Vegeta, depending on what he plays. And we see a hit. So, similar to the Frieza, he's going to be able to see my hand all over again. And now he can choose. And I feel like it's similar. We have a lot of super combos. He's choosing, he can't choose the Victory Strike, unfortunately. I'm letting him know that right now. And he's reading his card. And then he's selecting Double Heighten. So hit only allows you, he has a limit as to the cost of cards you can look or select to remove. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Hit can't select huge cards, but I believe he's 35k or less. So he can still get the heightens out of the hand. And Darwin chose not to attack. He didn't want to give me additional cards to hand, considering that I have 7 life. Him attacking, even if I took it, that would just bring me at 5 and give me more cards in hand. So that wouldn't be in his favor to lower my life total in that matter. And now we charged our 4th energy. I charged the Nimbus. I don't have access to my Heighten unless I drew an additional copy. So right now it's interesting because I'm not too sure what I'm going to be able to do this turn. So I'm shifting through my cards, seeing any other play lines I may be able to go through. Still deciding. I use his effect to draw 1. And I end my turn. I did a turn of doing nothing, really. Just, so that at least bought him another turn. Now we're going to see if Darwin could play an at all cost or maybe another hit. Who knows? Now he has 3 red and 2 blue open. He's playing the 5-drop Gogeta, choosing to bottom my Bulma. He can't select Path to Greatness because he has barrier. So Darwin is tapped out. This is going to be tough. But, I mean, I have Heighten to tap him out anyways, so he figured just to get some value in. And now he ends his turn. He was thinking of attacking me, but again, the most he would do is add 4 cards to my hand if I decided to take it, which would put me down to 3 life. But then I would have 4 additional cards in hand, and that wouldn't be great. So now I have 5 energy. I have more energy to work with. I'm using successors. We're building a little drop area. We're cycling through some cards now. Shuffled up a bit. He cut. And then I'm paying 4 yellow. I'm going right into my heighten. I'm tapping all his guys down instead. And then we're shifting through cards. Question is, do I have the victory strike? And I do. So we're going to be paying the cost of the victory strike, pitching a Universe 7 card. And right now this is going to be tough. I'm going to now activate for free my Child's Wish, untap energy, draw a card with Boma. And I am going to probably just attack with the victory strike. And Darwin shook my hand. And that's the end of the match. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish the full 3 because I had to give you guys more content, but the first game I ended up winning, similar to how I won in this game. And it was a pleasure playing Darwin, very good opponent. Like I said, he beat me last time we played, and I was able to take money this time. You know, I ended up losing last time, and it was very unfortunate. But this time around, it was unfortunate for him. Darwin ended up losing $150. We can pretty much say $100 because he won $50 from me the week before. And this was it. And you guys wanted another match. It was on demand. If you guys want us to play again and want to see another rematch where we go back at it for more money, let us know in the comment section below. Darwin is game for it. He did ask me and he did notify me. If people want to see it, we'll do it again. It's up to you guys. So again, in the comment section below, let me know if you want a rematch between Darwin Hernandez and myself. So guys and girls, you know, it's been great. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching. And right now, Darwin is handing out the money. And, you know, again, it was a good games. Unfortunate that they went the way they did. This time I was on top. Last time he was on top. So thank you guys and girls for watching. And as always, this channel is all about you.
Right. Like I changed it a lot from